truly believe you can land a high-paid job becoming a project manager in less than 6 months. I started by managing my task and my freelancer group, got to manage my agency and some little startups, more into macro management with the company it sold. For me, it took some years and I mixed it up with being a tech entrepreneur. But I questioned myself, is there a better and faster way to become a project manager and start a successful career? Yes, and it is exactly what I'm talking about in this video. Why being a project manager? What is the fast lane to become one? Which tools you need to learn and how to learn them for free? And how to make the critical experience you need in your portfolio very fast. I loved being a project manager because you are the one that make things happen. And this is so valuable for you and for the company and for your customers. So you're playing a key role of the one that converts ideas and projects to implementation. You are in control of the delivery times, you are in control of the quality, the compromise between the expectation and the product you're building. It's something high value for you, has a big impact on your team, a big impact to the customers, a big impact to the business. To become a project manager, you really need to focus on two different levels of skills, the macro and the micro. So the macro are all the tasks and the skills related to building a plan and making the plan happen. So defining a high-level roadmap, capacity plan, defining the resources you need to deliver something with the right quality in time. At the same time, you need to learn how to manage a team on the week and a day by day to get in touch with all these different levels of skills. Start learning how to use some tools. For example, you can learn to use Notion or ClickUp. From there, you can see how all these tools are structured to manage task lists, to manage roadmaps, to manage Kanban boards, to manage priorities, how to assign different tasks to a team, how to understand the workload of a team. All this knowledge is very accessible, can be learned by learning a tool. There are some key methods and theories that I suggest you to acquire. Lean development, design thinking method, the action method from this book from Scott Belsky, Making Ideas Happen, and it's a very practical book. It will help you to understand how to break down a project into simple items and single tasks, how to prioritize, how to distinguish importance and urgency. I suggest you to use more about the micro. So more about the macro and how to deal with teams, how to manage people, I suggest you this book. So this is a really good reel from Julie Zhao, which 101 stand-up meetings, dealing with people. She started as a manager very young after joining Facebook in the early stage. It's a very good book for beginner into management in general and for project manager. So the most difficult part for someone which is starting out and is just a beginner after learning some skills, some tools and reading some books is for sure to build up a portfolio, to build up some reputation. So I suggest you to join any kind of existing project, whether it's a school project, it's a startup project, or you can build on your own. And the best would be to have some vertical skill and be a single contributor and promoting yourself as a project manager. So you can be seen as delivering and someone organizing and making things happen. So if you focus on making things happen and documenting your experience, you will come up with a good portfolio very fast. Focusing on a micromanagement of tasks on the day by day, organizing and managing stand-up meetings, and more on the macro. So you will stop sometimes and update a plan, update a roadmap, update all the people in your team about the progress. So when I'm hiring a project manager, I'm looking for micro management experience. So I'm looking for a person that is able to use some kind of tools, managing stand-up meetings, task management, prioritization, he sends a good reports. So I will challenge him with this kind of question. Try to documentate your results and your issue. I always challenge him and ask him about the biggest problem he solved, the biggest issue he faced. How you define yourself as a person that can make things happen and solve issues on the macro and micro level is very much what you're challenged for. So remember that as a project manager, you have a big responsibility, which is to deliver quality, to deliver in time, manage expectation of customer, team leader, when you're working and updating your CV or you're updating your LinkedIn, to put in keywords like task management, prioritization, planning, the methodology that you learn, lean development, design thinking, human-centered design, stand-up meetings. All these skills and activities must be very well highlighted in your CV and your LinkedIn. So I used a lot of project management skill to develop my career from a freelance to an entrepreneur, selling my company, now being a manager in a big corporation, and then probably in the future we'll convert this value more into freedom again. It's a really big opportunity, and if you really focus on doing and learning by doing, you can start your career in a few months. So thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'm rolling out some crazy videos about performance and tips you can use to accelerate your career into the e-commerce field and IT in general.